Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Caregiver and Spoonie podcast. I'm your host, Jordan Banderas. And before we get started, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any episodes of the podcast. And let's get right into the episode, okay? Now, I want to tell you this, which is very important. This is something that I had to realize thanks to my wife, and that is that you are worthy. You are worthy, okay? And let's talk about why it's important to know that you're worthy. Because especially if you're a spoonie and you're going through a debilitating disease, a chronic illness, or whatever you're going through, and even if you're a caregiver or you're just going through something, because of everything that's going on, the importance to know that you're worthy, it's so in this case, it is important because for once, it gives you confidence. And what I mean by that is that when you feel like you're worthy, whatever you're trying to do, whatever your goal is, whatever you're doing, you know that you're doing it because you are worthy, and then you want to do more about it. You want to learn more about it, you want to take care of it. Like in this case, I'll give you my example with my wife. I didn't think I was worthy of taking care of her. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't think I was worthy because I didn't even know I was prepared. But then I realized, you know what? I am worthy because I'm willing to learn. As long as you're willing to learn about whatever you want, about whatever you're doing, or whatever you need to learn, you are worthy because you literally have to learn a lot of stuff when you have to take care of yourself or you're taking care of somebody. So that makes you worthy, and that helps your confidence. Like when I go to the doctors now with my wife, doctors don't like me anymore. When they see me, they're like, oh, because I have read so much about my wife's conditions that sometimes the doctors don't know everything. Most likely they don't know everything. So I always give them new information, and they're like, oh, I didn't know that. And they feel bad about themselves because it's like, they're the doctors. They went to school. But it gives me the confidence that, hey, I'm teaching you something new instead of you trying to put me down for the information that you're trying to give me. So that it gives you that kind of confidence, So, and it also helps you find a solution to the challenge in life. Like, when you're a spoonie or you're a caregiver, you're gonna have a lot of challenges. Like I mentioned in another episode, my wife has tears on her hips and bone spurs, so it's gonna be in pain. It's gonna be painful, and she's gonna have to have surgeries. So I'm thinking about like the solutions of what's to come. Because that's going to be a challenge. She's going to have surgeries in her hips in this situation. So I have to find solutions for those kind of challenges because it's going to be challenging, but I'm up for the challenge. Why? Because I know I'm worthy of this challenge. I know I can learn so much from it, and I know I can take care of her. So that's why you have to understand that you are worthy. You can actually do it. No matter what you're going through, you are worthy. And once you understand that, you're going to be able to find a solution for your challenge. And it lets you help others and have better relationships. This is another thing that happens in a lot of situations, especially with spoonies. When you don't feel good about yourself because you have an illness, you're going to feel like your relationships are not worthy of you. Or no, that you're not worthy of them. Sorry, you're not worthy of them. Like for example, when you try to go out with your friends, you're ready to go out, and then you have a flare. You don't feel good. You have to cancel plans, and that's gonna make you feel bad about yourself, and you're gonna feel like you're not worthy of having friends because you're always laying them down. And like I have said in other episodes, this is where you have to bring them to your circle and say, like, this is the problem. I can't go out. I feel like this. And sometimes your friends, they might have to even go with you to the doctor so they can actually see what you're going through, so that way you can understand that once they understand, you're gonna be able to feel worthy of having those kind of relationships. I know that I have talked to a lot of people that say like, I'm not worthy of friends. No, you are worthy of friends. It's just that you still don't know how to put yourself first instead of putting them first, you know? Like, and then it's hard. I mean, I see it with my wife, I see it with myself. It's hard. I went through that where I used to put everybody before me instead of me first, because a lot of people think that that's selfish, but it's not. And I'm gonna make an episode about that, because that's a whole different episode, okay? So if you feel like you're worthy of having a husband, a spouse, or a girlfriend or anything like that, you're gonna treat that with respect. You're not gonna get angry for the little things and things like that. You're actually gonna find the worthiness in you that is gonna make you work through the issues. And I'm talking about this in regards to myself, because before I went to therapy, I didn't think I was worthy of being with my wife, because things that were said by my family and how I felt about myself. So I understand how you might feel about certain relationships, or being able to help others, you know? And another thing that this does, and this is the most important thing, or the most important part of this about feeling worthy, is that it helps you with your depression. If you're feeling depressed sometimes and you start to build that worthiness in you, it helps you with the depression, because it makes you feel like you're not a burden. So when you don't feel like a burden, you're just gonna be like, you know what? I can do this. I can ask for help. These people are willing to help me. I'm not a burden. I'm worthy of getting help, you know? So you deserve the help, and you need to feel good about it for asking for help and getting help. Especially if the people that are helping you are like you, that are the people that understand you, like your best friends, your spouse, your family, you know, whoever's helping you, you have to understand that you're not a burden. And when you start building that worthiness in you, you're gonna understand that it's gonna, I mean, I guess I'm talking from my experience, so it's not gonna be the same for everybody, but for me, it just happened all of the sudden. Like, you know what? I'm worthy of this. It was, I guess I can say I'm it takes time for me to piece everything together, all the information together. And once it's all together, like, I see the puzzle, I'm like, huh, I am worthy. That's pretty much how everything works with me for some reason. So it's those type of things that are going to help you. Now you might ask, how do you know if I'm worthy, or how do I know if I'm worthy? And one of the things that you have to understand is that in order for you to know if you're worthy, you just have to ask yourself this question again: how do I know if I'm worthy? And the answer should be, I am worthy because I'm willing to do this thing for me and for others. I'm willing to accept the help of others that understand my pain. I'm willing to understand that I'm not a burden, because yes, I'm sick, but at the same time, if people are willing to help me and they offer their help, that means that they have their time in their hands to help me. So that's how you should know that you're worthy. When somebody gives you their time and they offer it, you don't even have to ask for it. You know, like, there's people like that. I'm the type of person that does that. I do that all the time to my wife. Like, when she wants something, she doesn't even have to ask. I'm like, you want me to get it? Well, yeah, she doesn't have to ask. I ask if she wants it, you know? So I ask, like, do you want me to get it? And she feels bad because she thinks she's a burden, but I'm like, no, I'm doing it because I literally love you and I want to take care of you. If somebody does that for you, that should help you understand that you are worthy. You know, and it's hard to see sometimes because you might be down, so you might be like at rock bottom. But like I said on that episode where I talk about that, if you're at rock bottom, all you can do is go up at this point. So you have to start building yourself to the worthiness of your own self. Like, you are worthy of having the body that you have. Yes, it's in pain. you can say like it might be broken, but guess what? With a lot of effort, you might be able to feel good and start to literally help your body feel better, and that should help you make yourself feel worthy. Everybody's gonna be different. I'm just talking in my own experience. Like, I'm not talking about like anybody in a specific. I'm talking about in my own experience. Now, it also, one of the other things that you have to understand, or that you have to define on your own, is like, what's your definition of being worthy? Like, what does that mean to you? Like, to me, it means that, like, now it means that, you know what, I'm worthy if I'm willing to learn and take care of this person, like in this case of my wife, or if I'm willing to do anything for the ultimate goal. Like I say, I have goals and I have talked about them. One of them is pretty much to create an organization that will be able to help people pay their medical bills, because I went through that. I went broke because of medical bills. So I understand why that feels like. So I know that I'm worthy because I understand the people's pain when they can pay their bills because of medical bills, like when you have to go into bankruptcies or you have to go into collection. So I understand. So there's so many things, like everybody's gonna have a different definition. For me, is like, I'm worthy of whatever it's in my life, because for one, I'm working for it, I'm working hard for it, and I'm willing to learn to actually improve my life. That's what helps me feel worthy. Your definition might be different. Like, your definition might be, and this is just an example, this doesn't describe anybody, but your definition might be like, oh, I'm worthy because, let's say, I was in a wheelchair, let's say, a few months ago, but now I'm able to take like 3 steps. 3 steps is better than nothing. 1 step is better than nothing. So that should help you if you're going to something like that you're worthy. So you just need to keep pushing. Sometimes it's gonna take longer, but as long as you keep feeling worthy of your recovery and worthy of the body that you have, and you're gonna feel good. Because another thing is that if you don't feel worthy about anything in your life, you're pretty much saying like, I don't want this. Like, this is not for me. And when you feel like that, unfortunately, little by little, the more you say negative things about yourself like that, like, I'm not worthy of this is not for me, I shouldn't have this, whatever, even if it's good for you, that can lead to depression. Not the type of depression that might be helped by medication, but in this case it will be considered like an emotional depression, and that is actually harder to get out of, because if you have like a depression due to a chemical imbalance in your brain, the pill is going to do it. But if it's emotional, like the one that I had, it's going to be harder. And once you start feeling worthy of the things that you have, even your own body, even if you might feel like your body is not, it's failing on you, but as long as you feel worthy of it, you're gonna find a solution. Like I said before, you might be able to find a solution of something that works for you, because it's like, you know what, I'm worthy of this body, I'm gonna make the best of it. That's one of the things that you have to think about. And I hope you're feeling worthy, and you are worthy. That's why I want to say, you are worthy, no matter what you're going through, no matter how you feel. You're worthy of everything good in your life. Now, when it comes to bad things, obviously bad things are going to happen to everybody. The way that I see it is like, yes, I might not be worthy of bad things happening, but this is a lesson. I see everything negative and positive as a lesson, and I'm worthy of that, to learn from everything. Pretty much, I am worthy of that, and that's pretty much what keeps pushing me. So I hope you guys are enjoying the episodes. Thank you for that. This is pretty much what I wanted to talk about in today's episode. Thank you for your time, your feedback, and everything that you guys are doing to help the podcast grow. I like how the community is growing. So in this situation, don't forget to share, like, subscribe. Don't forget to leave a review so we can actually make this grow even more. That's the only way to grow, and we are growing, but let's go ahead and make this grow even more. because this is not just for me, this is for you guys, this is for everybody that is going through something right now. If you're going through a loss of job or work or anything like that, that's going to put you in a spoony position or even a caregiver position, because you're going to have to take care of yourself. The way that I see it is that you're either a caregiver and a spoonie, no matter what, because you might feel sick at one point. That's gonna make you a spoonie, and sometimes you're just gonna have to take care of your own self. So that's gonna make you a caregiver. So that's pretty much what it is. This is why I want to make everything for everybody, where we can connect, we can help each other, we can actually support each other, and that's why I want this to grow. And obviously I need your help for that. So thank you for that. Don't forget to share, like, subscribe. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And if you want to share your story, you can post it on the caregiver caregiver and spoonie community, or you can send it to me at the caregiver and spoonie@gmail.com if you want to do it anonymously. And again, thank you for your feedback, and as always take care of yourself and have a good day.